Oatmeal is often celebrated as a wholesome, heart-healthy breakfast choice, particularly for those who have embraced healthier eating habits as they age. Its reputation as a nutrient-dense, fiber-rich food that supports cholesterol management and stabilizes blood sugar is well-earned. However, what many people fail to recognize is that the way oatmeal is prepared, specifically the ingredients mixed into it, can transform this seemingly virtuous meal into something that quietly undermines health, especially for older adults. After the age of 60, the body becomes more vulnerable to the effects of blood sugar spikes, artificial additives, and certain types of fats. Aging brings changes like slower digestion, reduced insulin sensitivity, and increased strain on organs like the liver and kidneys, which work harder to process what was once easily managed. The toppings and mix-ins added to oatmeal, often marketed as healthy or convenient, can turn a nourishing bowl into a source of metabolic stress, inflammation, or even long-term organ damage. The most alarming part is that many of these problematic ingredients are ones people trust, unaware of the harm they may cause over time. This discussion explores 7 common oatmeal additions that older adults frequently use, revealing why each can be detrimental and offering practical alternatives to ensure oatmeal remains the health-supporting meal it's meant to be. By making small, informed changes, you can protect your energy levels, stabilize blood sugar, and safeguard vital organs like your heart, liver, and kidneys. The first ingredient to reconsider is brown sugar, a common oatmeal sweetener that seems harmless at first glance. Many people believe brown sugar is a healthier alternative to white sugar because of its slightly less refined appearance and molasses-like flavor. However, for those over 60, brown sugar's impact on the body is virtually identical to that of white sugar. When added to oatmeal, even a small spoonful triggers a rapid spike in blood glucose levels, which can lead to energy crashes, mental fog, and increased hunger shortly after eating. Over time, these repeated blood sugar surges strain the body's insulin response, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, a significant concern for older adults whose pancreatic function naturally declines with age, producing less insulin while cells become less responsive to it. This creates a vicious cycle. The quick rise and fall of blood sugar not only affects immediate energy, but also promotes fat storage, particularly around the abdomen, and fuels systemic inflammation, which damages blood vessels and heightens cardiovascular risk. A real-life example illustrates this. A 67-year-old woman named Janet, who diligently ate oatmeal with a modest amount of brown sugar and skim milk, struggled with mid-morning fatigue and needed naps by 10:30 a.m. After consulting her doctor and eliminating the brown sugar, she noticed a significant improvement in her energy levels within a week. She was shocked to learn that just a single spoonful of sugar could disrupt her entire morning. Beyond its immediate effects, brown sugar also influences brain chemistry by triggering dopamine release, creating a craving for more sweets later in the day. This isn't a matter of lacking discipline. It's a biochemical response that can derail even the most well-intentioned eating habits. Instead of brown sugar, consider natural alternatives like a few slices of ripe banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a dash of pure vanilla extract. These options provide subtle sweetness without the metabolic chaos, allowing your body to maintain stable blood sugar and supporting better mood, memory, and metabolism throughout the day. By removing brown sugar from your oatmeal, you give your body a chance to start the day with balance and vitality. The second problematic addition is artificial sweeteners, often chosen by older adults who are mindful of their blood sugar or calorie intake. Marketed as a guilt-free way to enjoy sweetness, products like sucralose, aspartame, or saccharin come in colorful packets that promise convenience and health benefits. However, these synthetic compounds can disrupt the body in ways that are particularly harmful for seniors. When you consume artificial sweeteners, your body anticipates calories and energy based on the sweet taste, but because these sweeteners provide no nutritional value, the mismatch confuses your metabolism. This can lead to altered insulin responses, increased appetite, and a slower metabolic rate, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight or manage blood sugar levels. For older adults, whose hormonal balance is already shifting, this disruption can exacerbate issues like insulin resistance and abdominal fat gain, even when calorie intake seems low. Additionally, artificial sweeteners place an unnecessary burden on the liver, which must process these foreign compounds. Over time, daily consumption can contribute to liver fatigue, potentially elevating liver enzymes and causing symptoms like tiredness or poor digestion. A 74-year-old man named Charles, who used artificial sweeteners in his oatmeal, thinking they were a safe choice for his diabetes, was surprised when his doctor flagged slightly elevated liver markers. After cutting out the sweeteners, his digestion improved, and follow-up tests showed better liver function. He hadn't realized that the healthy choice he'd trusted for years was taxing his system. Artificial sweeteners also disrupt the gut microbiome, which plays a critical role in digestion, immunity, and even mood regulation, an area of growing concern for aging bodies. Instead of reaching for these synthetic options, try flavoring your oatmeal with natural spices like cinnamon or nutmeg, or a small amount of fresh fruit like berries, which provides sweetness along with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. These real food alternatives nourish the body without overwhelming it, supporting long-term health and vitality. Choosing clean, whole ingredients respects the decades of work your body has done and ensures your breakfast fuels you rather than fights you. Dried fruits, such as raisins, cranberries, or apricots, are another common oatmeal topping that seems wholesome but can pose significant risks, especially for older adults. While derived from real fruit, the drying process removes water, concentrating the natural sugars into a small, potent package. A handful of dried fruit can contain as much sugar as a candy bar, delivering a fructose-heavy load that the liver must process almost entirely on its own. Unlike glucose, which the body's muscles and brain can use directly, fructose is metabolized exclusively by the liver, where excess amounts can be converted into fat. This contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition increasingly prevalent among seniors, even those who avoid alcohol. Many dried fruits are also coated with added sugars or syrups to enhance flavor and texture, further amplifying their impact. For example, a small serving of dried cranberries can pack over 20 grams of sugar, often unbeknownst to the consumer who assumes they're making a healthy choice. This sugar overload can lead to bloating, blood pressure issues, and long-term metabolic strain. A 69-year-old man named Gerald, who added dried apricots to his oatmeal daily for their supposed fiber benefits, experienced persistent bloating and rising blood pressure. When he switched to fresh blueberries, his symptoms eased, and his doctor noted improvements in his overall health. Fresh fruits like apples, berries, or bananas provide sweetness with the added benefits of water, fiber, and nutrients that slow sugar absorption, reducing the burden on the liver. By choosing fresh over dried, you give your body a gentler, more balanced source of flavor that aligns with its needs, particularly as it ages. Your liver, which has worked tirelessly for decades, deserves this thoughtful choice to keep it functioning smoothly. Flavored oatmeal packets are a go-to for many older adults, especially those seeking convenience or living alone. These pre-packaged options promise a quick, healthy breakfast with appealing flavors like maple, apple cinnamon, or brown sugar. However, beneath their wholesome marketing lies a mix of additives, excessive sodium, and synthetic flavorings that can quietly harm health, particularly for those over 60. A single packet can contain 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium, which may seem modest but adds up quickly when combined with other sodium sources throughout the day, such as bread, soups, or snacks. For seniors managing high blood pressure, heart conditions, or declining kidney function, this extra sodium can push the body beyond safe limits, contributing to fluid retention, swelling, and cardiovascular strain. Moreover, the flavors in these packets rarely come from real ingredients. Instead, they rely on artificial flavorings, sweeteners, stabilizers, and chemical colorants that require the liver and kidneys to work harder to filter them out. For an aging body already processing medications or dealing with age-related inflammation, this added strain can lead to subtle but cumulative damage, such as elevated liver enzymes or reduced kidney efficiency. A 73-year-old woman named Carol, who relied on flavored oatmeal packets for their ease, noticed persistent puffiness and hand swelling. After switching to plain rolled oats with fresh apple slices and cinnamon, her symptoms improved and her morning blood pressure readings stabilized. The health claims on these packets, often touting whole grains or low fat, mask the presence of preservatives and unpronounceable additives that offer no nutritional benefit. To reclaim the true health benefits of oatmeal, opt for plain rolled or steel-cut oats and customize them with real ingredients like fruit, nuts, or spices. This small effort delivers big rewards, ensuring your breakfast supports your body without adding unnecessary stress. Non-dairy creamers, often used to add a creamy texture to oatmeal, are another problematic addition, particularly for those avoiding dairy due to lactose intolerance or dietary preferences. Marketed as a light, cholesterol-free alternative, these creamers, whether powdered or liquid, are often loaded with hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, which contain trans fats. These fats raise LDL, bad cholesterol, while lowering HDL, good cholesterol, a dangerous combination for seniors already at risk for heart disease. Even products labeled trans fat-free may contain small amounts that accumulate with regular use, silently increasing cardiovascular risk. Beyond fats, non-dairy creamers include thickeners, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors that provide no nutritional value and require extra effort from the liver and kidneys to process. For older adults whose organs are less efficient at filtering out synthetic compounds, this daily burden can contribute to chronic inflammation, a key driver of heart disease, joint pain, and cognitive decline. A 75-year-old man named Frank, who used powdered creamer in his oatmeal, coffee, and soups, experienced digestive issues and rising cholesterol levels. After his doctor advised eliminating the creamer, his symptoms improved, and his cholesterol levels stabilized within 2 months. Instead of non-dairy creamers, consider unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or a small amount of organic dairy cream if you tolerate it. A spoonful of plain Greek yogurt can also add creaminess with the bonus of protein and probiotics. These choices provide texture and nourishment without the synthetic load, honoring your body's needs as it navigates the challenges of aging. Store-bought granola is another addition that seems healthy, but often hides significant risks. Marketed as a crunchy, wholesome topping, most commercial granolas are packed with added sugars, refined oils, and preservatives that can turn your oatmeal into a metabolic disaster. To achieve their signature crunch and long shelf life, manufacturers bake oats in sugar syrups or oils like canola, soybean, or palm oil, which may be partially hydrogenated and promote inflammation. This inflammation, when chronic, contributes to joint stiffness, fatigue, and increased heart disease risk, concerns that are particularly relevant for seniors. Even low-sugar granolas often use alternative sweeteners like honey or brown rice syrup, which have the same blood sugar spiking effects as regular sugar. Portion sizes are another issue. Nutrition labels list small serving sizes, but most people add far more, inadvertently consuming hundreds of extra calories and grams of sugar or fat. A 71-year-old woman named Ellen, who sprinkled granola on her oatmeal for texture, was shocked to learn it contained more sugar than a dessert. After switching to chopped walnuts, her blood sugar stabilized, and her afternoon energy dips vanished. For a healthier crunch, try plain toasted seeds, unsweetened coconut flakes, or raw nuts like almonds or pecans. These provide fiber, healthy fats, and nutrients without the hidden sugars and oils, ensuring your oatmeal remains a steady, supportive start to your day. Finally, protein powders, often added to oatmeal to boost muscle maintenance or fullness, can introduce unnecessary risks when used daily, especially for older adults. While protein is important for preserving muscle mass as we age, many commercial protein powders contain artificial sweeteners, thickeners, preservatives, and synthetic flavorings that burden the liver and kidneys. These organs, already tasked with processing medications and environmental toxins, don't need the added stress of filtering out processed powders. Additionally, the aging body is less efficient at handling excess protein, and what isn't used for muscle repair or energy is filtered through the kidneys, potentially exacerbating age-related kidney decline. Symptoms like fatigue or fluid retention may go unnoticed until significant damage occurs. A 78-year-old man named Dennis, who added protein powder to his oatmeal daily based on fitness advice, noticed rising kidney markers. After switching to whole food protein sources like eggs or nuts, his labs improved, and he felt better overall. For a protein boost, try a spoonful of Greek yogurt, a side of eggs, or a handful of nuts, which deliver protein alongside natural nutrients without the synthetic load. These choices support muscle health while respecting your body's changing needs. In conclusion, your daily bowl of oatmeal holds immense potential as a health-supporting meal, but its benefits depend on what you mix into it. Ingredients like brown sugar, artificial sweeteners, dried fruits, flavored packets, non-dairy creamers, store-bought granola and protein powders may seem harmless but can quietly harm your health, especially as you age. These additions contribute to blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and organ strain, undermining the very benefits oatmeal is meant to provide. By understanding how your body responds to these ingredients, you can make smarter choices that align with its needs. Opt for simple, whole ingredients like fresh fruit, nuts, seeds, or spices to enhance flavor without compromising health. These small adjustments can improve energy, stabilize blood sugar, and protect vital organs, ensuring your breakfast supports you for the long haul. Reflect on your current oatmeal routine. Which of these ingredients do you use, and which are you ready to replace? By choosing ingredients that nourish rather than strain, you honor your body's decades of resilience and set the stage for a healthier, more vibrant day. Your oatmeal should be a source of calm and clarity, not chaos. And with these mindful changes, it can remain the wholesome meal you intended it to be.